It's week 2 of the NFL. And coming up, we'll see Justin Jefferson. He's coming off a nice performance, bringing in a pair of touchdowns. It's the Dolphins and the Ravens, and it's coming right up on Madden NFL 23.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Miami Dolphins and the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports from the 6. And he returns this to the 22. So now the Ravens getting ready for their first go on offense. They'll be led out by the second-year man from The Ohio State University, Justin Fields.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-time interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
Now Fields going to throw on the first play. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. A first carry for the tailback, Devontae Freeman. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. They go to Freeman again on second down. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now Fields. He's got him in, complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Up the middle, Freeman. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
Fields going to hold on to it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding offense.
That's on the tackle, Penei Sewell. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. Now Fields going to keep it running left. And he is going to lose yardage here. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Fields. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
So here are the Dolphins now as they'll be backed up to start this first drive. They'll be led out by last year's Super Bowl champion QB at his 14th NFL season now out of Georgia, Matthew Stafford.
A seasoned veteran, we're seeing more chapters being added in Stafford's decorated career. Secured a Super Bowl ring, remains a respected leader, and his stats, they're better than ever. Now we just continue to watch him climb the ranks of the NFL's all-time passing leaders.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses that might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away, because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here.
Free kick out of bounds.
Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They run from the pistol here with Freeman. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Play action. It's Fields. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing, because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. And they don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
That's a good start to the season. They got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
Now they run the option on second down, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A give, Singletary right side. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. Singletary again, and he gets it down to the 32. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. 2nd and inches is oftentimes
An invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Stafford. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Burke?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Stafford. To Jefferson on the slant. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They want to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the 1st quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
They'll run with Gibson. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. One more time with Gibson. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Antonio Gibson, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Dolphins have moved out in front. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of the season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point put through by Suckup, and the lead is now 2. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage. And
it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They give it to Freeman up the gun. Well, a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down to the 40. 15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The field's going to take this himself. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of 1st downs, and here a loss of yardage. The Ravens had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
The Ravens on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jonathan Grenard with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off. So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Week 2 underway around the NFL. And a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener. The 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night, a treat, a Monday night doubleheader. Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern. And then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later. Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. They'll try and run for this with Singletary. And he'll have the Dolphins 1st down as he's got this past the 35 to about the 37. Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we? Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, they stick with Singletary. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Stafford. This one brought in by Jefferson.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. To throw is Stafford. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman.
And he is going to lose yardage here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll try to run off tackle with Freeman. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Hard throw, incomplete. The left-footed Kevin Huber set to punt it away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They defeated the Patriots last week, now looking to make it 2 in a row here as they come up 1st and 10. Stafford. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Stafford now to throw. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
A legacy player in the NFL, Cedric Wilson, 602 yards last season, nearly beat his father's best season when he played in the league. The Miami Dolphins, they're betting that Wilson could surpass not only his dad, but become a big-time player in their revamped passing game. Nice catch there for a first down.
Meanwhile, Stafford's throw here into the hands of Jones. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Play action, Stafford. He'll get this out wide to Singletary. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
To throw again on 2nd down. Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Back to throw, Stafford. And they finally get to him as he's taken down.
Julian O'Quarr.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. Over the middle, complete. It's McKenzie. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Singletary, they'll run for it. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devin Singletary. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL. A complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point up and good by Suckup. And that makes this a 9-point game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it was finished off by a Devin Singletary touchdown run. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And Wilson is perfectly content to bring this out to the 25. A touchback. The Ravens offense back out there. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Fields. He'll drop this one down to Freeman.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Fields going to hurry his guys to the line.
Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Back to throw. Fields.
Flushed out, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
31 yards on the punt there. And it'll be Dolphin football.
The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Now a first down throw. Stafford.
Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Stafford.
Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Stafford. Complete to Jones. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing again is Stafford. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. Let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Miami in that first half. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. Give him 2 on the play there. And it's first down, Miami. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart, because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now it's Stafford. Complete. Jefferson the target. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
Well, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Singletary. And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down. Now a stoppage here, as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Stafford.
And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 28. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, it's Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford.
Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
They'll run with Gibson.
Ooh, the juke. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Throwing is Stafford. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. They'll fake it. Now Stafford.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Succop's kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get. Keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts, because he definitely needs some assistance.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Fields going to keep it once more.
And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line.
A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Flush to his right. A little juke. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They run the option here on 1st and 10. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. 12 more yards there and another first down.
It looked like almost a miscommunication defensively because once he decided to keep it, he had pretty smooth sailing.
Yeah, it became a question of, wait a minute, who's got the quarterback? And when you talk about miscommunication, it's supposed to be called assignment football on the defensive side of the ball, but the assignment gets mixed up. That's the end result.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. They go to Freeman again on second down.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
Here's Fields.
They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
The key to any screen play is avoiding the deception. That means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Devontae Freeman is shifting. This doesn't pay off here in short yardage. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 37. Out of the gun, Stafford. Over the middle here to Wilson.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Stafford on first down.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big play there for Miami. 42 yards.
Well, he's been doing this for more than a decade now, showing that he's still got that arm strength from back when he was the #1 overall pick.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
P-Ryan is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Once more, P-Ryan. But he will go backwards as he's stopped for a loss.
That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Here's Stafford. Touchdown!
Justin Jefferson.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
Like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Extra point put through by Succop, and that will make this a 19-point game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
No return here for Wilson. To touch back, it'll come out to the 25. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback,
it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Play action. It's Fields. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Here's Fields.
Complete. Smith has it.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll go option to the short side. And they'll wind up getting this with all the way down inside the 20. The keeper there turning into a big play of 23 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Pretty nice play here. They go read option, read the defensive end, and when he claps down inside, how about the quarterback pulling it, keeping it, and not only getting to the 2nd level, but picking up some really nice yardage.
Very, very well read.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Up the middle, Freeman. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
13 more yards. That's another.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Freeman. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's the option, running right, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Justin Fields
keeping it himself from 8 yards out.
And the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. So that in an 8-play drive, it spans 75 yards.
And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
So now here come the Dolphins. Now there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Stafford's throw here into the hands of Jones.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Singletary, they'll go up the middle. They'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. To throw is Stafford. This one brought in by Jefferson. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
They run here with Singletary. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. From the gun, here's Stafford. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Cedric Wilson from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. So that drive there, CD, a good response, and that might be the one that gets them to the finish line, a comfortable lead.
Yeah, and that's all about not letting the team back into a game because they just gave up a touchdown. It was back to a 2-score game, and anything can happen in that situation. But instead, they came through with a really terrific drive right there that ended in 6. So you like to slam the door on teams. In this case, they're trying to lock it as well.
Extra point up and good by Succa, and that will make this a 19-point game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Takes it at the 7. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
A gain of 19 yards.
On 1st down, Fields. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
On 1st down, it's Fields. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. From the 30 on 2nd down, Fields. He gets this into the hands of Cup once again. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. To the air again, Fields. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Brings up 3rd down.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now it's Fields. Yeah, that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Fields. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brings up 4th and
4th down, Fields has to have this one. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Cooper Kupp from 10 yards out. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Gold with the extra point, and they're able to cut this deficit down to 12. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. On 1st and 10, Stafford finds the open target, Arnold. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. From the 30 on 2nd down, Stafford got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Back to throw, Stafford. Finding Knox there, complete. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens' 43. A nice pickup there, 10 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens' 35. 65 yards rushing for him now to this point. You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
1st down, Miami.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. On the handoff, it's Singletary. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. On first down, they stick with Singletary. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll look to run with Singletary. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
What a stand this would be if they can get the stop here. 3rd and goal.
Now it's Stafford off the bootleg.
He'll get this out wide to Singletary.
A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
So the Ravens now down by 15. 53 ticks to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down.
Now a first down throw, Fields.
He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. To throw on 2nd and 10.
Fields
eluding the pressure right. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
That's good for a Baltimore
Fields.
Raven.
He'll drop this one down to Freeman.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left.
Fields to throw on 3rd and 1.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Here we go on 4th down. Fields.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away down to the ground and incomplete.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it's looking like the Dolphins are going to win the football game. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
So it's a win for the Dolphins here. And this one, Charles, too much Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, some of these DBs are going to be tossing and turning tonight, partner. He really had their number. Wound up with well over 300 yards passing and 2 touchdowns to boot.
So for the Dolphins, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Foxborough to face off against the New England Patriots.